This is kind of cool. I'm actually watching some home movies, but I'm streaming them wirelessly from a different location. Right now I have an Apple TV box hooked up to my big screen TV, and it's taking a feed off of my upstairs home media server, which is essentially a big hard drive. And what it's doing is sending all this video information wirelessly using Wi-Fi, wireless N in this particular case, right to the box. The challenge, though, is in this particular house, I just haven't been able to get a good, strong signal to transmit the video in a really clear fashion. You can see right now as we're watching it, it's kind of stopping and jerking. It's not getting a clear signal from the Wi-Fi router upstairs down to this particular box. Well, in those types of situations, there are other alternatives. You could either have your whole house rewired with network cabling, which is very expensive and messy, or you could try Powerline adapters, and this is kind of a cool little technology. These are called the Hercules EPlug. This particular one is rated at a 200 megabit speed, which ideally will work with things like video and also HD video. And what we're going to do is actually use the existing electrical wiring in the house as our network wiring. It's kind of a crazy thing, but all that electrical wiring is made out of copper, and it actually transmits internet traffic quite well. What we want to do is hook up one of these plugs to the network-enabled device, whether that's a media center, an Apple TV, a computer, or even a video game console like an Xbox or a PlayStation. And then we want to take the other one and hook it up near the actual router where we're sharing the internet connection. And they also typically come with some Ethernet cabling. On the bottom, I basically plug in the network cable. You can see I've got the power outlet on the back here. I'm going to move the TV to get access to the actual power. And once I have that plugged in, I still have the other network cable. And here's the Apple TV box. I do have a network outlet. The next step I want to do is now set this whole thing up with the router upstairs. Okay, so we're upstairs here. This is where we've got our cable modem and our handy dandy router. And in the interest of time, I've already got a cable plugged in here that I'm going to use for the ePlug. Next step is to plug this into the power outlet and into the Ethernet cable that's hooked up to the router. So here's the closest power outlet, and again, it has to be plugged directly into the wall. You can't plug this into a power bar. Plug the Ethernet cable that's going to the router. Simply plug it into the wall, and you can see we've got a few lights going here. Once all of them basically go green, we're pretty well good to go. I gotta be honest, this is probably one of the easiest power line adapters that I've set up. Usually there's a whole bunch of software you have to go through to make them work, but this one here, you don't even have to go to the software, it just kind of automatically works. If you do want a little more security, you can go through the installation assistant and set up little passwords for each one of these adapters. And that's the nice thing. You can actually set up adapters in every room that you want to have network or internet to. This is pretty cool. We're using the electrical wiring in the house to transmit network traffic, actual video. And as you can see on the screen right now, we've solved the video stuttering problem. You know, 9 times out of 10, Wi-Fi networks are great for streaming video, but if you do run into any of these types of problems, you might want to check out these power adapters, network power adapters, as an alternative solution. The one we're using again from Hercules is their ePlug system. This one's rated at 200 megabits, so great for streaming high bandwidth traffic like video, and a good alternative to ripping your walls apart to put wiring in or a bad Wi-Fi network.
Gotta get connected.